For over 15 years, I've analyzed numerical patterns, delved into ancient texts, studied forgotten prophecies, and witnessed real transformations in ordinary people. And there's one thing that has never changed. The right numbers, when understood and applied, have the power to reorganize your life in almost supernatural ways. This statement may sound bold, but once you hear what's behind the numbers I'm about to reveal to you, you'll understand why CEOs, artists, elite athletes, and even spiritual leaders use these codes to make crucial decisions, and why so many of them attribute their success directly to this wisdom. You might call it coincidence, fate, or even luck. But the truth is that some numbers carry such precise energy that they act like invisible compasses. They repeat themselves at decisive moments, appear in your dreams at exact times in important documents, as if trying to tell you, pay attention, your path is being laid out. Today, you're going to understand the meaning behind numbers like 7, 11, 3, and I'm also going to reveal a little-known number so powerful that those who discovered it report profound changes in less than a week. But only those who stay attentive until the end will access this information. This is not cheap mysticism. It's an ancient science with modern applications, studied by esoteric schools, mathematicians, and even quantum physicists. And if you're watching this video, you can be sure it's not by chance. Now, write in the comments, "I'm ready to change my luck." This phrase is your entry signal into this new cycle. It marks the beginning of a journey where you'll stop being led by chance and start acting with clarity, purpose, and numerical awareness. If what I just said touched something inside you, if it made sense, even if you don't fully understand it yet, then this message is for you. And here's a direct request. Click like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell right now. This isn't just to support the channel, it's to ensure you keep receiving content like this, information that doesn't make it to the mainstream, that goes unnoticed by most, but has the potential to change everything. And I believe in a fair exchange. If this video adds value to your life, leave your like as a form of gratitude. This simple gesture is your yes to the universe. It's like saying, "I'm ready. I want more." You are not here by accident. And if you felt it, you already know you are connected to something greater. When Juliana lost her job, her relationship, and her drive all within 3 months, everything pointed to her having hit rock bottom. But it was in that forced silence of life that something curious began to happen. The number 7 appeared everywhere, on license plates, bills, clocks, random passwords. At first, she ignored it, but the repetition became impossible to overlook. Juliana decided to investigate. She discovered that in numerology, the number 7 represents introspection, hidden wisdom, and connection with the unseen. It is the number of inner revelation and deep self-knowledge. Those touched by it are being called to pause, not to suffer, but to see what the eyes can't perceive when we are too busy just trying to survive. The number 7 is life's invitation to stop running in circles. It arises when you need to listen to your own intuition, not others, not cold logic, but that silent voice within you that is so often ignored. It is the energy of healing, spiritual connection, and mental clarity. And that's exactly what happened with Juliana. Within 3 months, she dove deep into self-discovery, uncovered gifts she had never explored, and embarked on a new professional path that now fulfills her. The number 7 didn't fix her life. It pointed her toward the direction so that she could do it herself. If you feel like you're in a moment of doubt, silence, or emotional exhaustion, maybe the number 7 is trying to speak to you too. Have you ever felt your intuition trying to guide you even when everything seemed meaningless? Then write in the comments, 7 is my number of transformation. This phrase could be the first step to recognizing that the answer you're looking for might already be inside you. In 2018, Raphael was about to give up on everything. His ideas were good, but nothing seemed to materialize. Until one seemingly ordinary day, he wrote down a customer service protocol number, 1111, that night on the clock, 1111. And it kept repeating over the following days. Instead of ignoring it, he looked into its meaning, and that's when the turning point of his life began. In numerology, the number 11 is considered a master number. It doesn't just represent sharp intuition, it's a calling. Those under the influence of 11 carry a mission, a kind of visionary, intense, almost electric energy. It's as if the universe were saying, you have something great to accomplish, and the time is now. The number 11 awakens, presses, accelerates. It's the number of those who came to lead change, inspire others, and see beyond the obvious. But this power comes with a weight, doubts, identity crises, and a feeling of not belonging. Raphael realized this when he saw that his failures were not rejections from the world, but invitations to wake up and align with what he was truly meant to do. Today, he is a mentor to young entrepreneurs and says that everything began the day he stopped ignoring the call of 11. If you feel that something greater is waiting for you, but you still don't know what it is, maybe it's the 11 trying to open that door. Comment below if you're ready to elevate your life. Write, I accept the power of number 11. You don't need to understand everything right now. You just need to accept the invitation, because those who listen to 11 never live on autopilot again. Talita was shy, one of those people who are creative inside but never had the courage to show what they felt or thought. Until on a trip, she stayed in room number 3 at a simple hotel in Parity. During her days there, things started to flow. Ideas, conversations, even an unexpected invitation to join a poetry circle. For the first time, she felt light, authentic, as if something inside her had been unlocked. When she returned home, she began seeing the number 3 everywhere and decided to investigate. She discovered that 3 is the number of creative expression, emotional communication, and the lightness of living. The number 3 doesn't demand effort. It doesn't require rigid plans. It invites you to allow yourself to create, to express, to enjoy your very existence. It's the energy of the child who dances without worrying about who's watching, of the artist who creates because they feel, of the communicator who builds bridges with words. And there lies the magic. When you enter this vibration, life responds. Opportunities appear, connections form, doors open. Today, Talita makes a living from her art, something she once thought was impossible, until the day 3 began to manifest. If you've been dreaming of something creative, a light change, or simply more joy in your routine, maybe 3 is calling you to play with life again. Write in the comments, I manifest my dream with the energy of number 3. Don't underestimate this gesture. Sometimes the greatest revolution is allowing yourself to be light again. Carlos was never the most talented in his class, not the fastest, not the most creative. But there was something no one could deny. He showed up every day. When others quit, he kept going. When everything seemed stagnant, he maintained his pace. For years, progress was slow, almost invisible, until he began noticing a pattern. The number 4 in the address where he got his first job, 4 on the license plate of the car he used for his first deliveries, 4 on the day he signed the contract of the company he himself founded. Only then did he realize number 4 was always present when something solid was being born in his life. In numerology, 4 represents structure, discipline, stability, and tangible accomplishment. It's the number of those who build with their own hands, even when no one is watching. It's the energy of those who trade quick results for a solid foundation, of those who understand that success isn't about sudden explosions, but about consistency. The number 4 doesn't promise instant glamour, but it delivers something much more valuable, lasting results. Those who live under its vibration learn that every effort counts, every day matters, and that in due time everything falls into place. Today, Carlos owns a thriving business and mentors entrepreneurs who believe they're not good enough. And the first thing he teaches? Discipline builds miracles invisible to impatient eyes. If you feel like you're building something, even if no one recognizes it yet, maybe 4 is guiding you, and that's a powerful sign. Comment now. I build my success day by day with the number 4. This phrase is a reminder that you are not standing still. You are planting. And those who plant with purpose harvest with strength. Patricia was always intense. Fast-paced career, many projects, 0 free time. On the outside, everything seemed perfect. Success, recognition, travels. But inside, there was a silent emptiness. Her body started to show signs. Insomnia, anxiety, a tiredness that wouldn't go away. It was during this time that she began seeing the number 26 with unusual frequency in dates, receipts, license plates, and even in the number of notifications on her phone. Curious, she researched its meaning and discovered that 26 is the number of harmony between material success and inner peace. It appears as a powerful reminder. Achieving is important, but living in balance is essential. In numerology, the number 26 carries the energy of 2, cooperation, sensitivity, and 6, family, love, well-being. It is the meeting point between ambition and presence, between goals and rest. It tells us you can achieve a lot, but without losing yourself along the way. Patricia understood the message. She adjusted her schedule, reduced her commitments, and made space for real connections. In a short time, not only did she maintain her professional success, but she also saw her health, relationships, and joy flourish. It wasn't magic. It was realignment. The number 26 is a number of maturity. It doesn't ask you to abandon your dreams, but to take care of yourself along the way, because there's no point in conquering the world while carrying an exhausted heart. If you feel like you've been giving everything to everyone but almost nothing to yourself, 26 might be asking you to come back to your center. And that center is where true fulfillment lives. Write in the comments now. 26 is my key to harmony. This could be your moment to align what you want with who you truly are. Some people spend years waiting for the right moment. Others, when they find a clear sign, decide to change everything. That's exactly what happened with Leandro. He had a safe but stagnant life, an uninspiring job, an automatic routine, plans always postponed, until he started seeing the number 35 insistently. First, in the number of a room where he received an unexpected partnership proposal, then in random messages, invoices, even in the exact number of followers the day he decided to make his first post about purpose. Without knowing it, Leandro was facing a number that represents conscious breakthrough, expansion, and rapid transformation. The number 35 combines the energy of 3, creativity, communication, with the power of 5, change, movement, freedom. When this number appears, it doesn't suggest, it pushes. It's like a gust of wind that moves you, not as punishment, but because staying still is no longer an option. In numerology, 35 is an activation code. It arrives to speed up what was delayed, to dissolve resistance, and to provoke courageous decisions. Leandro accepted the call. He resigned from his job, moved to another city, launched his personal project, and in 6 months he saw more results than he had in the previous 5 years. It wasn't easy, but it was real. The number 35 doesn't promise comfort. It promises freedom and alignment. And when that happens, everything that no longer makes sense falls away. If you feel that something inside you wants to break away from the old, if there's a project, a choice, or a change knocking on your soul's door, 35 might be your turning point number. Comment now. 35 is going to change my life now. This declaration is not just symbolic, it's a permission, because every great transformation begins with a decision. Now that you've learned about the numbers that transform lives the most, the question that separates the curious from the awakened arises. And now? What do I do with this? The truth is that numbers are not just symbols. They are activation points for your unconscious mind. They are like subtle portals, opening new pathways in your brain, as long as you know how to use them. And here's a crucial point. The more you interact with a number, the more it shapes your perception, your attention, and your energy. This isn't mysticism, it's applied psychology. The human brain loves patterns. And when a pattern repeats, like a specific number, it understands that it's important, that it deserves focus, that it should be interpreted as a sign. So here's a practical, simple, and extremely powerful strategy. Create numerical anchors in your daily life. Choose a number that moved you today. It doesn't have to be the prettiest or the most talked about. Choose the one that made you stop for a second and think, this is for me. Now imagine that this number is like a key. Every time you see this key, a specific programming will be activated in your mind. For example, number 7. Every time I see this number, I will remember to take a deep breath and listen to my intuition. Number 11. This number will remind me of my greater purpose. Number 4. Each time it appears, I will reconnect with my building strength. This is emotional anchoring, a technique used in behavioral psychology, hypnotherapy, and even marketing. And it works invisibly, but powerfully. You begin to train your brain to associate that number with an emotion, an attitude, a new behavior. Visualization with intention. The mind does not distinguish between something experienced and something deeply imagined. Use this to your advantage. Take 2 minutes out of your day to imagine future scenes where this number appears and something good happens. Example: imagine yourself closing an important contract, and the number 26 is on the room address. Or visualize yourself signing a new project, and the number 35 is printed on the protocol. By doing this, you are reprogramming your subconscious perception to associate that number with victory, growth, security, fulfillment, whatever it is you desire. This is the same principle used in the mental training of high-performance athletes and elite executives. But now, it's in your hands. Leave visual clues around the house. This is an environmental modeling technique. Choose the number and write it in discrete but visible places. Your phone lock screen, bathroom mirror, notebook, or computer background. No phrase is needed, just the number. Why? Because when your brain sees the number repeatedly, it strengthens the neural pathway of belief. Over time, your mind will unconsciously start seeking situations that confirm this pattern. This is what we call selective attention, and it can be used to create real synchronicities. Start recording the coincidences. Every time this number appears in your day, write it down. This activates the Zeigarnik effect, which makes us seek resolution for things that have started. In other words, the more you notice the number, the more you'll want to understand why it's showing up. And that creates a powerful emotional bond with the content. And here's a simple but often forgotten truth. What you focus on expands. If you start focusing on the right codes, you change the quality of your attention, and with it, the destiny of your days. The numbers you learn today are not amulets. They are reminders. They are maps. And every time you see one of them, You are being invited to take back control, to step out of autopilot, to choose with more awareness. But here's an important detail, and maybe the most hypnotic of all. If these numbers have started appearing right now, at this specific moment in your life, what could that mean? Have you ever stopped to think that this video might also be a sign that you being here reading this exact sentence might not be a coincidence? This doubt, this small provocation, doesn't need an answer right now. It just needs to stay with you. Because that's how true awakenings begin, with a question that won't leave your mind. Take a deep breath for a moment and recall what just passed before your eyes and your mind. Because you didn't just watch a simple video, you lived an activation. And now it's time to consolidate that energy within you. The numbers you encountered here are not just concepts. They are archetypes, pure forms of intelligence acting upon your life, even when you don't realize it. But from now on, you will notice and you will feel. Let's reinforce this power together now. The number 7 awakened your connection to the unseen. It says, the answer is already within you. The number 11 activated your higher purpose. It says, you have a mission and the world is ready to hear it. The number 3 brought back joy, lightness, and creativity. It whispers, to create is to remember who you are. The number 4 reminded you of the power of consistency. It affirms, every step counts, and you are closer than you think. The number 26 brought balance between doing and feeling. It shows you you can have it all as long as you are whole. And the number 35, it pushed open the doors to your new cycle. It shouts, the moment is now, not tomorrow, not later, now. These numbers are your bridge between the life you're living and the life you were born to live. And if at any moment during this video you felt your heart race, your eyes water, a shiver on your skin, or a thought saying, this is about me, then yes, the transformation has already begun. Like this video now, if you already feel the energy of these numbers acting in your life. This simple gesture activates the cycle of reciprocity. You receive, you share, you connect. And if you want these numbers to keep guiding you, remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Because in the coming weeks, we'll dive even deeper into the codes that unlock your next steps. You've made it this far, and that already says a lot about your soul. Now, allow yourself to take the next step. You are no longer at the same point where you started this video. And this isn't just talk, it's perception. Because now you recognize the signs. Now you see the numbers as messages, not just coincidences. Today, you understood that 7 invites you to the healing silence. That 11 calls you to fulfill what only you can deliver to the world. That 3 reignites forgotten joy. That 4 builds your foundation steadily every day. That 26 aligns your soul with your routine. And that 35 breaks down the walls you once built yourself. These numbers don't promise miracles. They show paths, and the decision to follow them or ignore them is always yours. But if this video touched your soul on any level, even if you can't explain why, then you already know this message was meant for you. And maybe you know someone who needs to hear this too. Share this video with them. Yes, right now. Don't wait, because you could be the number of change in their life. And if this content resonated with you, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. This is just the beginning of a much greater journey. And in the coming weeks, we'll explore more codes, archetypes, and invisible forces that are already shaping your path. You deserve to live with clarity, with intention, with power. And now you have the tools to do so, because your life has already started to change with these numbers. Believe it, honor it, and keep going.